Hi, ladies and gentle people. It is currently August 9th, 2010. It's day 9, daily number 160 dose. And I would also like to state for the record that my brother turns something. I actually don't know how old he is, but his birthday is on August 11th. So you should definitely check out his t-shirt store at thehandsomernerd.com so you can buy awesome shirts. Do I have an example one? I actually have two. Alright, journey with me. Ooh, so you think I'm sliding in my chair, but I'm actually squatting and moonwalking because I have those powerful thigh muscles from doing P90X. But you can get such awesome shirts as, of course, the Micro Macro shirt. Yes, Micro Macro. And, of course, there's like a stain here because I was eating a burrito and it was super good. And, of course, that's always an issue with white shirts. But then, ooh, I also just got this one. Hey, don't you recognize those? Move, attack, stop, hold position, patrol. And you can wear it on your shirt in public, and people won't know it's a nerd shirt. But if they do, you have that insider connection. Which, of course, means that every nerd out there has that fantasy of being in the food court at the mall and just making eye contact with a girl from across. You know, you're getting pizza, and she's over getting a hero at the Greek restaurant. And you make eye contact, and she looks at your shirt and looks up and winks at you, and you're just like, yeah. So that's never happened to me before, but it can if you just buy his shirt, so definitely check it out at thehandsomernerd.com. So I am in a good mood, as you can tell by my hair. I haven't actually moved from my computer today, and generally what that means is I get shit done. Yes, right. I had a super crazy list of emails I had to blast through, and then I was an accomplished bear for the day. So generally, the more haggled I look, the more I got done. If you guys actually see me and go, ooh, he's kind of cute, it means I didn't do much that day. So let's go ahead and jump directly into a game between Braddock and TheLittleOne. And I want to give a little brief history of these players, whom everybody knows really well, at least they should. TheLittleOne is like the most popular Starcraft 2 player on the planet. Everyone wants Dario to do their fangs. And rightfully so, because he just has a very, very creative style of Terran where he's just willing to do kind of kooky stuff, even in really, really important matches. Like, if you watched TheLittleOne versus Mad Frog on Scrap Station, you know what TheLittleOne did? Battle Cruiser rushed. Oh, I saw that, I was just like, yay! I was like so happy. Whether it worked or not, it doesn't matter, but he battle cruiser rushed. That's cool. And so often you'll be one of those players who just follows what you see the trends are. You'll just download the latest replay and try to do that. But TheLittleOne constantly sort of reinventing stuff. Even risking, even ending up with some losses in major situations because he's doing unorthodox stuff. But he's great, solid, amazing Terran. And Braddock, if you don't know about him, he was this player who had this meteoric rise in the Starcraft 1 community after his amazing performance in the Team Liquid Star League, and Braddock is one of the nicest, bounciest, most pleasant peoples in the universe. So it's kind of funny that his style is super aggressive and terrifying and all over the place. He's very, very good at just constantly attacking. There was actually, in one of the earlier sets, I did a 3-part special on Braddock, and his Terran vs. Zerg was just amazing the way that he wouldn't just get Marine Marauder Medevac and push, he would get Marine Marauder Medevac and be dropping 10 places at once and loading and unloading during battles. It was phenomenal to watch, so it's going to be an interesting clash of styles. Especially because TheLittleOne isn't playing Terran in this game, he's playing Zerg. And TheLittleOne also has yet more amazing pioneering work in that matchup too. He's very responsible about the following things: spreading creep, using infestors, and being a gigantic badass. So we're going to jump right into the game. It's going to be on Delta Quadrant. Now, my excuse for seeing yet another Terran vs. Zerg, because we have been watching a lot of Terran vs. Zergs as of late, is that one, this is the first time I've ever done a daily on this new map, Delta Quadrant, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And also, Terran vs. Zerg is this matchup that's had a whole lot of developments in it. Players are really changing their styles a lot of Zerg, trying to figure out ways to both combat all the different openings that Terran can have and have a little bit of variety themselves and have a little bit more stability in this game. So immediate things we're noting is that the way I describe Delta Quadrant, if I may so pause, is that it's like 4-player Steps of War. I mean, look at the distances. Yeah, here's your natural. Here's this ramp that is not nice at all. Look how far away that is from the natural. Oh, you expand here? No, just wander into the main. It's ugly. But these distances, oh my god, that's so short. And even from main to main, horizontally is even worse. So, I mean, You can be very, very aggressive on this map, but it's odd because you have this ramp, and then you have this funky backdoor that's blocked by destructible debris. I kind of wish that wasn't there. It would make me a lot happier if these destructible debris were not there, but even so, you have a backdoor expansion, so you can do a lot of funky turtling stuff, you know, where Terran walls himself in and expands, or if you're Zerg, you can open up Lings with speed and then kill this off while throwing a hatch down on top, and just be willing to build the 3 hatches. But either way, it looks like the little one already being creative. Look at the double gas extractor trick. Making an overlord on 12 a common technique. And by common, I mean absolutely not in the slightest common at all. So he looks like he's sending out a drone. So, I mean, because this map is so short, is he going to expand? Wow. Okay, a little bit ballsy. Kind of like expanding on Steps of War fast. Sure, you can get away with it, but you have to be very careful once they do spot you. The only difference is that because this is 4 players, this is safe expanding here, because so far less often your opponent is going to do something crazy and all-in like. On a 2-player map, you don't have to scout your opponents. You can do something nuts. But not so much the case on this map. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to slide briefly over to my bed, because I need a pillow. Yes, there we go. Just have to get a pillow so that way the carpal tunnel stays in check, because as much as I enjoy commentary, I do like playing Starcraft 2, and if your hand feels terrible, then that's no good. That's my build order for casting. So it looks like he's getting pool and gas. This is a little bit of a fast gas. It's always important to get that speed upgrade for the Zergling. This almost looks like the barracks and the supply depot are rallied here, but this is just a usual sort of shift rally. So Braddock going to rally on the other side. Little tiny techniques that can get you a slight edge. Oh my gosh, you see a drone. Don't autopilot and keep that rally back there. Just sort of go ahead and move right in. So Braddock, now we're going to look a little bit at him. Usual opening, fast orbital command, getting a fast factory. Don't see another gas yet. That's fine. Would not be surprised if he's just going for the one factory to do a little harassment. Oh, looks like a bunker's going down. Now, there's an interesting quote from Firebat Hero from Brood War, and if you don't know him, just YouTube him. He's pretty awesome. He says that if you can ever have the opportunity to put pressure on a Zerg player, do it. And that's one of those things that you hear him say, and a lot of people go, right away, Firebat Hero, and they just sort of do it and don't think about it. And the thing that I want to highlight is you want to screw a Zerg's larva. Because, I mean, let's say you're Terran, and someone attacks your ramp with a bunch of stalkers, and you're like, oh, I had no idea he had that many units. What would you do, perhaps? You might start making a tank. And then let's say by some miracle you hold with just your forces at the ramp and you go, whoa, all right, cool, I don't need to make that tank. You cancel it and you can go right back and spend that money on something else. With Zerg, that's not the case. If you see a bunker coming down, oh crap, time to make like 6 Zerglings. You need to spend 3 larvae on that, and you cannot cancel and get those larvae back. So that's exactly what Firebat here was talking about then, and the principle is still true in StarCraft 2, the idea that pressuring Zerg and freaking them out is an excellent, excellent technique for this very reason. Because look at this. Oh my god, going to the production tab. Looks like a Roach Warren going down from the little one. Oh my goodness. But look at this, already no queens anywhere. Oh no, is he getting any Zergling speed? Now, okay. Alright, okay, so time to eat my own words. Yay! You little one. Can't believe you did that. So, like, 99% of Zerg players would have been like, oh, let's make some Zerglings. But this is what makes the little one awesome, is that it looks like he's going for fast Roaches. Kind of similar. It's not as exact an equivalent as botching with Zergi's larva and making him make things he doesn't want to. But this is sort of cool, because this is something a lot of people don't do. They just take it, right? Oh, sure, if he hits my hatchery down to, 200 hit points, I still have a hatchery. So look at this. Little one is just going straight for Roach Warren and is just blasting out some Roaches. That's creativity, man. I'm loving this. No queens. By the way, I've been playing Zerg vs. Terran with no queens lately, and I'm liking it a lot more than with queens. Pretty cool. But either way, Braddock looks like he's doing a style that's very much so like the little one, pushing out with Hellions right off the bat. No need to do super crazy double Hellion antics. One Hellion can screw with a Zerg the same way that multiple Hellions are. Won't be able to kill off drones fast enough, but good Zerg players will have stuff to block those Hellions, kind of like these Roaches are doing. Oh, look at that great control. Oh, nice job by TheLittleOne. Hey, so this is cool. I'm liking this response. And in the meantime, little one, still no queens. He should be throwing down a layer like now. Nope, getting a queen. Getting a queen. Ignore me. But either way, so that's a very creative way to block off that bunker rush. And really, I want to also highlight how that is just a specific instance of the general trend. I look like Egon today. Again, the more Egon I look like, the more productive I have been. Fantastic. But it's this general idea of whenever you defend something, you want to make sure that you can push back. It's so easy to fall into this trap of, okay, if he bunker rushes me or does this sort of push, I'll make 7 spine crawlers, and then I'm defended. Yeah, and then you can't do anything. You made 7 spine crawlers, which are pretty much stagnant units. So then he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. That's why, if you can defend with, say, Mutalisks against some push, now you're in a good shape because you can push all the way back and be able to do a little bit of damage. Or, for instance, why make cannons to defend when you could get sentries and throw down some force fields and be able to deal with Zerglings and Banelings in that regard? Again, some way to defend, but then push back. And that's what's cool about these Roaches. We're already seeing the effect of it. Oh my god, Braddock has to build this bunker. Sure, it's the reasonable response from Braddock. Oh my goodness, Roach is coming. Why not make a bunker with some Marauders? But look at how behind he is in this spot and how the little one is already pulling ahead. And this is another nice little trick by Braddock. Again, just trying to have some way to put a little bit of pressure on the opponent, but there is a queen popping out soonly enough. But either way, oh no, he kills it off, and now he's getting to march in. This is awesome. This isn't a gigantic investment by Zerg. If you can kill off a bunker, some Hellions, some Marines, and do this big push, it's well worth the while. And look at Braddock, everything's getting revealed. Look how high that money is. For any of you who can't see it, he is well over at 500. Has only just now started an a command center here. So he is doing super good. And of course, the little one can only do so much. Once like a Marauder pops up, you can kill 3 or so Roaches without that big of a struggle. And look at this poor little Roach trying to get somewhere and facialed by a grenade. So the layer is up, and I'm now very interested to see how Little One is going to continue from this point on, because Little One not getting over eager. What is he doing? He is just making drones. Has a few Roaches. These are like the defender Roaches. They'll be able to block the ramp. They'll be able to deal with Hellions that swing their ass back there. But for the most part, only dronies and queens as well. He's making queens. He's seen a starport. Doesn't know what's going to be coming out of that. Braddock already starting to get stim and all that good stuff. This is getting pretty typical by Terran, but I just really like the way that the Little One opened, the way he's able to deal with that bunker rush and even go to the resource panel. We can see that Little One is quite a ways ahead. Look at Little One, proudly marching up 10 food above his opponent. That's great. That is just amazing for this early stage of the game. So Little One, trademark move, very active creep tumor spread. Still no gas. Still has not taken gas at his expo, just getting speed. Is getting any overseers here. I'm incredibly interested at what Zergs are doing now with layer tech, because I'm going to talk about this a little bit, because this is something that is the source of rage for all Zerg players. So there's this idea of I'm just going to make a dumb word up, a limiting factor. And by that I mean, because there's a chance he can do blah, I kind of have to do this. So for instance, I see my Terran buddy walled in. I don't see a tech lab add-on or a reactor add-on at his barracks. I see nothing there. I still haven't scouted him, though. So, because there is a chance that he is getting Banshees, I must get Overseers. Because there's no other way I'm going to detect. Sure, I could, sure you can get like a whole bunch of Spore Crawlers.